Well, if you have a moment today, take some time to look up. And by that, I mean checking out your home's roof. If it looks anything like this one, you may have a serious problem. But the good news is fixing it is as simple as picking up the phone and calling this guy. We have George Gilliland, the owner of Columbus Roof Clean. So good to see you again, George.
Good to be here. Thank you.
So spring is here. We know outside, we're in the 70s. It's looking good recently. So why is it that we should have people take a minute and look up today?
Well, it never hurts to have your roof inspected from time to time to check to make sure, winter or storms or anything like that hasn't done any damage. But the problems you can see just from your front yard looking up at the surface of the roof is the bacteria staining that starts to form on the surfaces. Always on the north sides of the slope or in some areas where there's more tree coverage and whatnot, that will also cause the problem to start.
And a lot of people think that's dirt. And that's the problem that you run into is that it isn't. It's not just going to go away.
Right. It's not dirt. What actually caused it is some limestone fillers that have been added into the surface of the shingles over the years. Limestone in the presence of moisture with the lack of direct sun, which you'll always get on the north faces of the roofs, causes the black bacteria to start to form. And then the bacteria, as it progresses, it'll turn into algae colonies. And the algae colonies are basically like a sponge. So when the roofs get wet, shingle roofs are designed to shed water. I always tell my clients that. They're not designed to hold water. So when you've got those algae blooms that get pretty aggressive over time, it's like keeping a wet sponge up there. So it could rain one day. By the time it starts to dry out the next day, which it should dry out in just a few hours, it may take overnight or the next day. If it rains again, you could have a 2 or 3 day cycle of those shingles just laying there wet, which causes the shingles to rot out prematurely. Usually about 10 or 15 years sooner than they would. You can take an average 30-year roof. It may only last 15, 16 years with this problem on the surface of it.
And when we talk about, being able to kind of change the shingles and what's going on, not only does it help the appearance, but this is actually doing a lot more than that, as you mentioned, really making all that big investment that you spend on your roof live up to what you paid for.
Yeah, because, roofs are expensive, and usually this problem happens about year number 10. And as I said, most roofs in the Columbus area are about a 30-year roof. You start having problems at year number 10, it's a cosmetic issue, and that's the beauty of this. It's very affordable. You get same-day results, so the day that we're there, most days it's one day, maybe two at the most, but the roof looks just like brand new again, and then you're not kind of on a downhill run of the roof going bad.
And when you get up there, a lot of people, as we know, environmentally conscious. They want to know what's going on to their roof, what you're doing with it. So these things are safe for folks to be around.
Absolutely environmentally friendly. We've done nursing homes, we've done doctors' offices, we've done homes where there's ponds on the property and the actual drains from the downspouts go into the water in the ponds with the wildlife and everything, and we've never had a problem. We've never bought one single plant, flower, bush, anything like that. Everything's totally friendly.
All right, and if you get up there and you say, all right, this might need a little bit more work than just a cleaning, the good thing is that you are a full-service roofer.
Correct. I've been in the roofing business since about 1985 or 1986, and we did roof installations and still do, but then about 10, 12 years ago, we just started getting a lot of calls for this, and the manufacturers changing the composition of the shingles 15, 20 years ago is what caused this problem. I couldn't in good conscience go out and tell people to tear off a 10-year-old roof and, spend $15,000 and put a new one on when I knew there was, processes you could do to clean them, and that's why I started Columbus Roof Clean about 10 years ago. We do these, we probably do a couple hundred of these a year, so that's what I hear a lot is most people when we're out there to say, I didn't know you could do this. And when I'm just in casual speaking with people, well, I didn't know you could do that. A lot of contractors, most roofing contractors will tell you there's nothing you can do because they want to just tear it off and change it and start all over. We make a lot more money replacing roofs than we do cleaning and maintenance. But, we just want to do what's best for the customer, and there's plenty of roofs that we replace throughout the year, and there's plenty of roofs that you can just clean and tune them up a little bit, and you're good to go for another 10 or 15 years. That's the beauty of it.
George, the best thing too is that you're here with a little bit of an offer. So you want to give people some incentive to get it cleaned.
Just mention Daytime Columbus. You'll receive a 20% discount on any service that we do. You can go to Angie's List, Better Business Bureau. Anywhere you want to look, you're going to find great reviews on both of our companies. So I urge people to give us a call and see what we can do for you.
All right, George, thank you as always. Website, phone number up on there for people who want to get in contact with you. So thanks.
Thank you.